We'll see if what the hell is going on with these headsets today. Good morning, Jero.
There's only one way to wake up in the morning.
How the heck are you?
Yep, that's it.
How the heck are you? Since we can't sit next to one another, I was thinking about the first break, toasting my English muffin and saying, hey, it's English muffin time during the starting five.
And Moulton.
Go for an English
muffins. You throw one on the counter, you throw the other in the
rest
freezer
tonight
for a week, then
Got
you
a long
take
day
it
ahead
out.
of you
When you've got BOGO,
we're only
it's
driving
hey,
halfway.
Knock yourself out.
Broadcasting
There'll be a
live
nap
from
in my
the
future
Kobe
today
Cool
and a
Remote
nap in my future
Studios,
tomorrow.
where it's always cool and comfortable.
Nothing like a big fat nap during a pandemic.
It's up to you now. It's up to you. I like it. Now, the best local sports show this town has ever heard. Here's Miller and Moulton. You're live.
How the heck are you? Miller and Moulton, second to last day of July. Second to last show for us before we take a week off. Thanks so much for being with us. Miller and Moulton, Southwest Florida's Fox Sports Radio. We stream this show at millerandmoulton.com. Heck, we've got a Miller and Moulton YouTube and Twitch.tv channel also.
Where aren't we?
Yes.
I mean, it's not so much where are we, it's where aren't we.
Right.
I discovered yesterday, rolling in the caddy, because my car is old, has 130,000 miles on it, makes a lot of noise. There's nothing about my car. My car is very much Moulton Mercedes-Benz-esque right now.
Okay. Hey, keep running them. Keep running them until they tell you they need to be replaced.
Until all four wheels fall off, David. Like, you were out of AC. Now it is how long it takes before my car gets cold. Because it's easily, typically, and you know where I'm at, typically I can get to 41, the light there, and I'm starting to get some AC working.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's a 445 AC system. And if you're not familiar with that is, that's four windows down at 45 miles an hour until the coolness starts going.
And so that's, for those that don't know, that's a good mile.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
good mile from where Mark lives until he gets to 41. And so you know how long it takes. You know, you get out of your development, you make the turn, and you do your 45 miles an hour down the road. So as you can see, you know, it takes Mark's car about 3 minutes.
I was going to say 5 to 7, I think, is even a more accurate. And it may only be 3. It feels like 5 to 7.
I'm sure it does.
But yesterday was my wife's day off. I had to run a couple of errands, and I said, hey, mind if I roll in the caddy?
Hey.
Well, first off, I said I was taking the caddy, which I was replied with, are you going to ask if you can take my car?
By the way, that's a good, reading of the pulse, reading of the tea leaves, just to see how morale is, how things are going. And considering you two are leaving town on a little, vacay coming up here, that's probably a good little, interlude that you two had there. Okay. For you to gauge where you are on the precipice of such a big event.
It definitely let me know that we need this vacation. And during this vacation, we need time alone. But I got in the caddy and, I looked at her presets and I went, what's this 925 HD2 thing? I went, oh yeah, that's us. And I'm not kidding, David, I don't roll around in the new car all that often. Right. Didn't even know we had HD radio in it, for that matter. And I'm here to tell you, if you have HD radio and you're not listening to us on 92.5 HD2, you are missing out.
Not HD, HD2. 2. Right.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, we sound beautiful on that station. It's like a 50,000 watt FM.
Hot rockin' flame throwing FM.
Crystal clear, no static, no stations from Tampa lipping over the top of it. It is fantastic.
What do we want to do that for? Coming in crystal clear. People might hear us. What the heck is going on? 479-5551 if you're one of the 13 people who have turned us on 92.5 HD2. 479-5551. Love to hear from you.
I'll tell you what, the 13th person that texts their HD screenshot to us, I'll get you some Blue Emu.
And remember, folks, it doesn't stink.
You can listen to Miller and Moulton, and you won't stink.
Boy, we sound like a couple of guys who need a vacation. And we'll be taking next week off. Just want to let you know so you don't get too alarmed. And I will say, as it turns out, it'll be an awkward week to be gone in this respect because, well, everything outside of football will be going. Basketball resumes tonight. Hockey resumes on Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves some sports. How are you going to handle it all? We've got scores and highlights, like country and Western. That's what we're going to have. ESPN's actually going to be able to do a Sports Center. No. The way you remember Sports Center. You know, games.
Highlights.
Scores. Highlights.
Hell, who knows? Bourbon may come back and give a nickname, David.
He may. They may even bring him in next week for some hockey. You know he always does one Sports Center for the Stanley Cup playoffs. Probably a little early.
Yes, the NBA gets going tonight, and we're asked, are you guys pumped for the NBA? I am pumped for all live sports. I don't know what to tell you. I've been watching NASCAR. I've been watching baseball. I'm in a golf fantasy league now. I made 3 more bets this morning on NHL series.
Unbelievable. Is there a series you haven't bet? I mean, there's only 8 series.
Bet 3 of them. Bet 3 of them. Took your Rangers.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I know you don't know, which is a perfect reason to bet it. Mush says no on the Rangers. I say yes on the Rangers.
No, Mush is just in between. Mush thinks that they're evenly matched teams. I just have a feeling that the Cowboys, for the most part, don't.
I've got the Columbus Blue Jackets ruining the Toronto Maple Leafs year again.
Wow, I love Toronto in that series.
And, look, Toronto doesn't play defense, and Tortorella's a terrific coach.
He is.
You talk about a guy that I'll bank on for one series in the playoffs. I'll put money on John Tortorella to get by a team that plays better. It fast and loose.
Yes, a team. It's better than him. They got more talent.
Right.
They're better.
Exactly. That's the Tortorella series. That's the edge.
It really is.
And
that's the Lightning.
And because of Jeff Blair taking Winnipeg to go as a long shot, I took Winnipeg over Calgary in the first round.
I do like that one. Here's my favorite part of sports resuming, at least the NBA and the NHL resuming, NBA tonight and NHL on Saturday. Mark, here's my favorite part of it. The Pelicans are a 2.5-point favorite tonight against the Jazz. Why? New Orleans not a better team than Utah.
No.
I mean, remember, there are no home courts here. Heck, even the Magic don't have one. I mean, why is New Orleans favored by 2.5?
Because they know the betting public will bet on Zion.
And the Lakers are 4-point favorites over the Clippers, which I find interesting. Remember, Lakers, no Rondo, no Avery Bradley. All right. I mean, they're a little shorthanded to start this.
And of all the teams, of all the exhibition and all the talk, and I turned it on a couple of times. I do it really more to spite David than to actually watch exhibition NBA. But in listening to what the people who cover the league, concern's the wrong word. They have said that the Lakers have looked very rusty in their games. For what it's worth, so being a 4.5-point favorite's interesting to me. Because everybody that's been talking has been saying, man, we know we know LeBron can turn it on, but it might take a couple of weeks for them to get themselves ready.
Well, fortunately for them, they've got a couple of weeks because they're all but locked in as the 1 seed. I mean, they've got, 8 games that they have to play, and they've got, a 4.5, 5-game lead for the 1 seed. So they could just about lose all their games and still be the 1 seed in the Western Conference. So NBA resumes tonight with 2 games, kind of like the way Major League Baseball did it last Thursday, where they played the 2 games and then everybody else played on Friday. And not everybody's going to play on Friday because they can only play so many games here in this bubble, but you get the idea. So we'll talk a little NBA later on in the show. One of the voices of the Orlando Magic. We're going to have Magic games.
You're home with the Magic and Marlins.
Right. Magic, Marlins, Stanley Cup playoffs.
Magic, Marlins, and the Toronto Marlies, all right here. Following Miller and Moulton, because we don't broadcast it unless it begins with an M.
Not necessarily. Yeah, so it's the Marlins, the Magic, and the Minnesota Wild.
Right. In the MHL and NASCAR right here on after Miller and Moulton. Yes.
I like NASCAR. Very nice. Very nice. Well played. Well done there. Miller and Moulton on this Thursday, the 30th of July. Mark, we're going to talk about this a lot today. We're going to have a gentleman join us later on in the show to talk about it in some detail. Well, Notre Dame's in a conference for a season anyway. Notre Dame's in a conference. How about that?
You know, I don't know if I want to stand up and applaud or violently throw up.
Why
because
now you don't like Notre Dame.
No, but if they're in a conference, there's only one damn conference that they were supposed to be in. The Big Ten wasn't supposed to have Rutgers in Maryland and Nebraska. It was supposed to have Notre Dame, damn it. And if you want to know the truth, right, I don't like Notre Dame. But I wanted Notre Dame in the Big Ten Conference. Why? Because in sports, what's hate, David? Hate's
Angst.
good. Hate's good.
It's awesome. It's the oxygen to the